QuailOS.com. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey guys, my name is Christian and welcome here to the live stream. I hope everything technically works. We'll find out. Thanks for tuning in. This is now a specific stream for Quail OS and everything going on in our software, so we're going to dive into that in a second. I hope you had a great start into the week. I hope I don't mess things up from a technical perspective. We'll find out. This show is about showing you live on this computer. That's why I'm looking down there. How to use our software package. And if you see my eyes wandering off, I checked the live chat here as well. This will be available as a replay, so you can jump back and forward between the different sections. I will be live for about half an hour, so you can see what's going on, what's new in our software, QuailOS.com, which is a software for poultry farmers and game bird farmers. That's why it's called Quail OS. So let's not talk any further. Let's dive into it and check it out if everything is working as it should. So let's take a look here. And yeah, actually I see it's working. So let's jump into our browser and game bird farmers. Wow. That's why it's called
here we
Quail
are, guys.
I'm
so
just seeing myself in Quail OS.
Further.
That's
Let's
awesome.
It's working.
Into
so,
it and check
that's
it
the
out
new part
if
of
everything is
Quail
working
OS.
as it should. So let's take
in
a
a
look
community
here.
brainstorming
And
call recently. Some lovely people thought it was a good idea what I had to include Quail OS TV into our software package here. By the way, Quail OS, you can access it on QuailOS.com. The TV is live streamed on YouTube, and also here is a curated view of what's going on in the quail and poultry community here in the United States. I'm based out of New Jersey with my farm, but we are all around the country, and I can show you actually in our directory in a second where you find all the different quail farms which already use Quail OS. So let's take a look at that in a second. But speaking about the newest thing, Quail OS TV, I used to do part of my normal live streams before I go to Amazon and be live there to present our quail eggs from the Undique network and our dog treats and stuff like that. I used to do always a little bit about Quail OS, but I never really made anything dedicated for it other than like a normal tutorial and some demo videos and things like that. So now the plan is to go live here every week and show you what's new in the software, how you can use it to promote your game farm, how to ship out orders from your online store, where you can find more resources if you're new to quail or new to chicken. So let's take a look. If you want to contribute to the Quail OS TV, it shows here a little bit in this info button how you can do that. So it works through a hashtag. So if you upload any video to YouTube, put in the hashtag Quail OS. It pops them up, pops up on my interface. I just have to approve it there because we don't want to get spam in there into our lovely software here. And then it pops up down here, and you already see there's just a few videos what I recently made. But if you would like to contribute, then please dive in with the hashtag Quail OS. And if you do a live, it should be here 3 days before you do the live, so we have time to approve it, and then it pops up here as well, and people can watch it live in our application here, as you can see. But if you would like to contribute, awesome, we just released that last week. Now let's go ahead. I talked about the directory, so how can you promote your farm if you already use Quail OS? If you don't use it yet, come on over to QuailOS.com. Doesn't matter if you have a chicken farm, a quail farm, game birds. There's so many variations out there. Ducks, whatever you might have. Come on over. Here's the farm directory. So this is also available in the public view of QuailOS.com. And people can find farms. And that's the whole purpose about it. So you see here, there's already a couple of farms in here. Little shout out to Zero G Quail Farms, because the next feature I'm going to show you was inspired by Brandon from Zero G Quail Farms. So visit by his site as well here. Thanks again, Brandon, for a feature request he made, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But here, just quick view again, okay? So you can check out find farms in your area. I hope more and more farms will pop up here. And we also have a list of farms, so you can read here a little bit, see some pictures, and visit their websites to order great farm products made or laid in the United States, right? That's what I'm here for as well, to promote all the lovely businesses here in the United States. So check them out here. You see my own business in here as well, Undique of course, but more and more farms start using now Quail OS and decided to go public. Now, before I show you the cool feature what Brandon suggested, I want to show you how you actually get your farm in here, right? So number one, you sign up on the website. It's easy. You don't need a credit card or anything. You just need your email address and you create a farm. Once you're logged in, you put in some farm information such as your phone number if you want to, address, your website, for example, and you have that little checkbox down here. Add farm to the farm directory. There is a free tier and there is a premium tier. On the premium tier, I show you that over here in our marketing tab. So here, marketing directory profile. This is where you design your premium profile. So you put in information about your farm. You can upload here a banner. The logo comes from the settings page, and you hit save profile settings and then put me on the map, and there you go, and you promote your farm on our system. But Quail OS is very powerful. It does a lot of different things. So let me show you how you can customize it for your own need. So let's start with the dashboard. The dashboard is designed to keep you informed about what's going on your farm, what's going on in the country. So let's go here bit by bit. And again, COG Quail Farms had the great idea and asked, hey, Christian, can I customize this stuff on this page? Because I want to see certain things, what other people might not want to see straight away. So let's take a look. The customization here. Once you click it, you can move things around, right? So for example, you can decide, do I want to see the calendar up here? Yes, no. We have quick actions, because it's available as a mobile app as well. You don't find it on the Play Store or on the Google App Store, Apple App Store. You can install it. I show you that in a second as well, through a little trick here. It's very simple to get it onto your home screen. But important things, for example, USPS service disruptions or interruptions, you can have them on the top if you want. If you don't want to see service news, you just hide it. You can see here all the different things, how many orders you have opened from your online stores, how many orders you have shipped, how many live birds you actually have right now. So all that information is available here, and here you can drag it around if you want to see the live birds further up, how much feed you got left in storage if you tracked it here in the feed inventory. So all those cards here, you can actually go around here and check your hatch rates, whatever you want to see on your dashboard. You can basically customize it and then hit the save button up here. And then it stays like this for the desktop view, but also then for the mobile view as well. How does the mobile view work? If you scroll to the very bottom here, for example, you see here install on iPhone. So it shows you, just open quailos.com on your Safari browser on the iPhone. Tap the share button, add to home screen, and then click add again, and boom, then you have a little app on your phone as well. Same for Android. Here you just use the Chrome browser, and then you say you click on the menu button, and then you say add to home screen, and then it shows lovely up on your screen on your device. It can be a tablet, it can be iPhone, Android phone, or you just use a computer, because I like to do a lot of things on a bigger screen as I do right now. So that's the cool thing about the system. It's designed to work on all devices. The best experience you get on the desktop, because this system is very powerful. As you can see, a lot of menu items to manage your farm in here. So therefore, it's good to work on a bigger screen. So what can you do in here? Let's take a look. You can log your egg production here. And you see we have a feature which is called voice entry. That's that little voice button down there. So on the free tier, that's not available. We use AI here. AI costs a bit money to run it. So on the silver tier and above, you get the voice command button here. We have a little helper down here as well to show you what you can actually do with the voice button. It's a great idea. Another farmer inspired that when you're out in the coop and you want to track real quick how many eggs you collected, or if you're in the truck and just came back from a ride to the feed store, you want to track your mileage for your tax deductions. You have to track it either way. It doesn't matter how you deduct your truck from taxes. You need to track the business use of it. So we enable that in here as well in Quail OS. So you can hit that voice button and just log your mileage that way. And with my accent, it works as well. Let's do the demo and see if it actually works. Let's take a look. I want to track 50 miles I drove to Tractor Supply. Let's see what happens. The system should hopefully be smart about it. Here we go. It remembered my last odometer reading as well, so I don't have to do the calculation here. I can say, is it tax deductible or not? Was it a business trip or not? And the purpose is recorded as well, and this way you are IRS compliant, so that works as well in here. So I'm not gonna save that because I didn't go to Tractor Supply today, but you get the idea about the voice entries, so you can use that for the egg production, for mileage, and many more features. Check it out in here on the voice button. Now, something we all like to do is put some eggs in the incubator and hatch them out, right? Well, that's what we do on the farm. But we sometimes might forget actually, when did I set it? How many eggs did I set? When is the lockdown? When do they hatch? So here is a little demo about hatch rate tracking. And for example, I can add in a new hatch. So I go ahead and add one in there. Start date is today. That's perfect. I could also, do backdate it if need be. But I put some eggs in the incubator today after this live show. So it's gonna be quail, and my quail usually start around day 18 that I hear them. So I wanna have it on 18 days. You can use it for chicken and ducks and so on as well, turkeys. And then the lockdown day is automatically calculated, again, thanks here to Zero G Farms, because I did not think of it to make a little drop down like this to make it available for all the different species. So thanks again there for the feature request. And then you see the lockdown date, the expected hatch date. Then you put in what did you set, right? I just put in now test hatch and put in 10 eggs, for example. And then hit the save button. So that's done. Now it's tracking it. And then once I'm ready and I take out the chicks, actually I have some chicks in the incubator right now, which I have to take out later. I can then go back in and track how many chicks have hatched. This way I keep stats on my farm on what my hatch rates are, right? Now it does more than this because it actually reminds you in the calendar. So if we scroll down, as you can see on the navigation menu, we have a ton of different options. I'm not going to be able to get through all of them today. I show you a couple of them. So we have actually trainings in here as well. I show you them in a second. But I wanted to show you the farm calendar here in the office section. So I put down that test hatch and it automatically pops that on my calendar here in Quail OS with the actual set day, and then later you see here when the lockdown and the actual hatch day will be. You can sync that externally as well with your Google or Apple calendar. So you just click this link, you copy this link here, and it shows you here on the page how you can actually synchronize it with your Google Calendar or Apple or Outlook. That way, on all of your devices, you can see it on your calendar. It pops up there if you have a reminder setting there. And this way, you never forget to put eggs into lockdown, so you have no chicks, jumping around all the egg rails. So very, very easy functionality you can do in here. Now, what else we got in here? So the directory I showed you, Quail OS TV, what you're watching right now is in here. We saw that, the calendar we saw. You can take farm notes with the voice button here as well. It goes into farm notes. We have an email assistant in here. So here you have, you can link that with your existing email. You actually get an email address from us as well. So you can forward your receipts in there if you want to have them for, oopsie, a reminder popped up here. So if you want to keep your receipts for later, they go in here into the invoices. It helps you to protect yourself from spam and scams. So I used to work for an email security provider in a past life. So I've implemented a few things here which put an extra layer of security on top of your existing mailbox. So you see in here some instructions how you link it with your Gmail or with other providers. You can also hook up new accounts in the email settings, which you find here in other settings. That's where all your farm settings live in here. Now let's see what else we got in here. Order management, for example. If you have an online store, it could be an eBay store, it could be Shopify. Oops, I don't want to show customer data here. Let me go over here. It could be Shopify, it could be Amazon, Walmart, Target, eBay, all kinds of online store systems. You can ship out those orders using Quail OS. Recently, a farm told us, Aaron from Goodira's family farm told us that we saved him in the first 2 weeks. He was shipping with us. We saved him $400 in shipping label cost because we offer really good rates, especially for the diamond tier here in Quail OS. But even with the bronze tier, you can have some savings compared to other shipping software providers. But we also have integrated a lot of things in here to protect you a little bit when you ship things out, because we know farms are shipping eggs, they're shipping produce, they're shipping live birds maybe. So there's an extra layer of protection in here. So let's check that out. So the orders, they get automatically pulled in from your online store. You can set it up here. eBay, you can hook up yourself. For Shopify, you need a little help from me. So you just open up a support ticket and then we hook that up in here. And if you have any other store systems, just let us know. If they're not available yet in the integrations, we are willing to integrate them there as well if we have somebody to test with. Now, you see the order in here. Here you can print this actual packaging slip. You can put some smart marketing on your packaging slip. That's in our settings section. It puts your information on the slip, and we actually have a hatch rate report QR code here as well. So customers can scan that and then report their hatch rate. If you ship eggs out, for example, then that shows up in here. And this way you get feedback directly from your customers in regards to your hatch rates as well. So you print out that packaging slip on a normal printer or on your label printer. And then you can also just click anywhere in here and then go ahead and get pricing for this label. You see the customer's address detail in here, the risk status. If we know that customer, that he's a good egg or a bad egg, it will show up in here as well. This one right now, it shows unknown. Well, let's see if that changes. You put in your package dimensions in here. Just put a few standard dimensions and then you click get rates. And it should pop up your shipping rates. Right now we support USPS, and if you hit that express button here, then you can also ship UPS. Now you see we did a risk evaluation. So this address, well, that's me. It's rated as good. You can see also if there is other farms who have reported somebody as bad because maybe the address is not working or there was a credit card chargeback for no specific reason. All that things show up in here as well. There's a little map button here. You can try that out at home. It opens up the address in Google Maps. It's a good extra verification in case the address seems to be off, that you can double check, is it a valid address or not. So instead of manually going to Google Maps like many of people do when they ship out orders and the address comes back a bit funny because maybe the customer entered it wrong, then you can double check it here as well. Yeah, and then you just go ahead, you select your package and buy the label. A cool feature what we have, not many shipping software out there have that feature. We actually have a weather forecast for the destination zip code up here, down here. So if you ship live birds, if you ship eggs, if you ship produce, which might, not do well in extreme temperatures when it's too hot or way too cold, then you can check here the weather forecast for the destination for the next 7 days. We pulled that directly from NOAA, so thanks from those guys to provide us the weather forecast. So this makes the shipping for live birds, frozen stuff maybe, and eggs a little bit more predictable if you can see the weather forecast. So for me, it looks like the next couple of days, great shipping weather in regards to packages coming into my zip code. If you use an external shipping provider for whatever reason, you can mark it here as shipped as well. So that's the online order shipping. If you don't have an online store yet, if you don't have it hooked up yet with Quail OS, you have here a shipping interface as well that pulls customers from your customer list in here. And then you can use the shipping here as well. And you see all your old shipping labels. If you made a mistake, you can void it. I avoid to void because the shipping carriers usually take a couple of weeks until they can refund the money. They check that the label was not used and all that funny stuff. So avoid to void. As you can see here with some of the actual shipments, test shipments I did here, it saves the weather here. So this was a while back and it was really cold around here. So it actually saves that. So you can look back at that as well and see what was going on when you actually shipped that specific package. Of course, you have the tracking in here and a lot of different functionalities. Very easy to use. If you just want to check out the rates, this is my demo system, so don't take this for granted for 100%, but you see that in the actual live system, the rates for the different weights and the different shipping methods, so you can check that out before you commit. And you can see that for the different farm tiers, for the free tier, which we call bronze, and then silver, gold, and diamond. So you can check out those shipping rates here. In the risk management, so this is where you can put in addresses as a good egg or bad egg for their specific reasons. And you could share that anonymously with the community, so the community knows if somebody is a good egg or a bad egg. So that's in here as well. Now, what else we do? I mean, if you use QuickBooks or other software packages for doing your accounting, they cost a lot of money. So you could do that here with Quail OS. Right now, I don't have on this one a bank account hooked up, but it looks like so. Your bank accounts basically show up in here. You can sync them with your bank securely through the Stripe payment provider. And that way you have the option to do all your accounting in here. And once this is synchronized, it shows up in your profit and loss. So here it shows, this is the demo account, all your expenses and income. You can manually track that as well, income and expenses, if you go to farmers markets. If you sell off the farm, things like that. So you can manually track it or you upgrade, and the upgrade button is easy to find right down here, right, where it shows you the different farm tiers, what we offer with the different features. And then you hook up from gold to diamond. You have the banking included. So the banking is just one way we synchronize from your bank securely the transactions in here for the accounting, and that at the end of the year, you print out, or at any time you can look at it and print it out, your profit and loss statement. And you can set up the different accounts so you see exactly if you need to do Schedule F or any other income tax reporting. You have all that information then on your fingertips. Especially now, it's a good time to think about changing your accounting software, because usually banks only synchronize a couple of months of transaction data for any accounting software. So if you do that later in the year, you might not get all the data for 2026 in here, and then you would have to do it manually or work on two systems, and that can get a little bit messy. So word of advice, check it out if you want to go ahead and change now. So that's the profit and loss. I didn't talk about all the other reports in here, so let's take a look. If you have the data, it shows you also the report. So right now in the demo system here, we see, okay, I collected a couple of eggs in here. I can see how many chicks I have hatched, my expenses. You see some diagrams down here, the actual data in here. You can export that data into a spreadsheet if you wanted to. Based on your recent egg collection, for example, we can forecast how many eggs you're gonna collect in the next 30 days. You see here your hatch successes or customer hatch rates. So here, for example, a customer reported an 83% hatch rate and left a comment that the packaging was great. So all that information on your fingertips here in the report section of the system. But if you look at it first, you will see some demonstration data if you sign up new. To get rid of that, by the way, there's only one dangerous button in here, and that button is here in data management, danger zone delete farm. That one you should only really click if you don't want to use Quail OS at all. But if you just want to remove the sample data when you freshly signed up, just click that yellow button and the sample data is gone. If you want to look at it again, you could install it here again as well. And we have a backup as well. So if you want to say, oh, I entered all my data here all year long, I want to have a backup on my computer, then go ahead and download your data as a zip file here. It's all there at your fingertips. Quail OS also allows you to invite friends and family, farm hands, your significant other. So you have the option here to go ahead and add team members. And if you invite a team member, they should be not already existing user of Quail OS. And then you have here the option to give them different roles, right? So you put their email address in here and then say, okay, can they do everything in here, or are they just allowed to do certain functionalities? If you just have a farmhand and they should just have access to production logs and inventory and the tasks in the calendar, then you add them here as a worker and send them the invite. An email is sent to them. They can accept the invite or not and then set up their own profile, but then they are linked to your farm. They can see the same stuff you can see depending on what role you assigned them here. And that's a really, really easy option if you have a bigger operation, or, you know, if the family needs to have access here. That's an option you have here in Quail OS. Whew, so much talking. Not many people watching right now as far as I can tell here, but that's okay. If you would have questions, you can put them in the chat later on the replay. But I also want to show you guys how you can get help if you need it. And that's in the help and support section. So let's take a quick look at that. So here we go. We have frequently asked questions in here. I'm going to redesign that maybe in the next couple of days to make it even simpler to find stuff, maybe with a little search box and things like that. But the most frequently asked questions are living in here. And then you can go ahead and, for example, submit a support ticket if you need help with something. If you have a Shopify store, you need to do that support ticket that I help you to set it up, make sure everything flows nicely, and then I give you a one-to-one training session of Quail OS as well while we're at it. And you can also request features in here. So if you see something might be missing or something is not working as you expect it to work, then go ahead, put in a feature request. I look at that every day. And great features go on the actual roadmap. This roadmap is from the demo version, but that's okay. So you will see what's going on, what is in development, what is planned, what is still an idea. So a lot of this stuff here we already have done, but we keep developing the software to make it nicer for everybody. And that is reflected also in our release notes. So you see them in here. Each time we release a new feature, we will update those notes in here and show you guys what's new on Quail OS. So check that out every once in a while, and we send you then an email as well to notify you if something is new in here. So a ton of functionality. I have only shown, I think, half of it right now. So go ahead, check it out for yourself. You can't break anything. If you need help, you get help. I think it's pretty powerful. You can, manage everything in relation to your farm. You can even have a rental manager here if you decide to offer rental packages on rentthehatch.com. So I show you that real quick. That's a public-facing website. Rentthehatch.com. I already run it here on my farm in New Jersey. I have right now 3 incubators out there, which is great. And before Easter, it gets typically busy. So I offer hatching experiences for families or schools with quail eggs in my case. So you see, this is my offering in there. And you could be in here with your farm as well. Quail OS is managing all the payment transactions, a customer login with a hatching course for your actual customers, and they can then book in here your equipment, what you rent out with your hatching eggs. They pick them up from your farm or you meet up somewhere. It depends if you want to offer delivery or not. They can book it here. All the notifications, the handling is done in here within Rent the Hatch. So you can set it up here. You can block certain periods if you have maybe certain times of the year you don't have eggs, or you are on vacation, or maybe over Christmas. Certain times you don't want to do it, right? You can set up your rental kit in here. If you have chicken hatching kits or quail hatching kits with the description, you can upload the images and then decide on your price and save it and make it available to the public. And then the customers, they get automatically confirmation sent, reminders via text messages when it's time for lockdown or hatch day, when it's time to return the kit. The kit is usually for rented out for 30 days. That allows usually for the 18 to 24 days, depending on species of the incubation. And then the chicks, and enjoy the chicks a little bit. And once those guys get stinky, they can be returned to the farm. I had a few customers who wanted to keep the hens, not the roosters, so I offer that on my farm. It's a great way for children, especially if that's done in schools, but also in families or homeschooling, right? That children can explore the magic of hatching eggs and seeing a bird coming out of the shell. It's pretty amazing. And when you offer that as a farm, you pop up on the map here as well in regards to the hatching program. So right now, we offer that here in New Jersey. So if you're watching and you want to hatch out some quail eggs, feel free to book it here. It's live on rentthehatch.com. If you're a farm and you want to be on here, just check it out. It's in the Rent the Hatch rental manager, and that's available to you as well. From the silver and above levels, you can run as many incubators in here as you want. Here in the settings, this is where you take it live. You get your own URL as well for your farm in here. And yeah, that's about it. What Rent the Hatch can offer here as part of Quail OS. Okay, I better get ready for my next live stream. So I thank you guys for watching today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, and I see you next time on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye, guys.
QuailOS.com. Thank you for watching.